fortunate enough to have the opportunity to work with a talented web designer, you want to ensure that you maximize the collaboration and come out with a website that you absolutely love. But you may be thinking, that's great, but how exactly do I accomplish this? Well, in this video, I'm going to be diving into all the ways that you can maximize working with your web designer. The first thing you want to do is really take the time to identify the vision for your business and your website. You want to sit down and clearly state exactly what your goals are and what you want to achieve with the website. So you might think about things like you want to generate more leads, you want to increase sales. By having a clear idea of the vision of your business and the vision of your website, you'll be able to communicate this with your web designer, and then your web designer will be able to translate this into a website that is successful and gets you to the goals that you want to go to. Tip number 2 is ensuring that you give your web designer all the resources that they will require in order to carry out the project. These resources would include all your brand assets, maybe your logo, your images, your content, and anything that they may need in order to carry out this project. By providing your web designer with comprehensive information, they're going to be able to carry out the project in a timely manner and produce a successful website for you. If you don't give them all the information that they need, then it may stall the project, or it may lead to a website that is not actually in line with your vision and does not get you to the goals that you want to get to. Tip number 3 is to provide detailed feedback. When reviewing your designs or the development of the website, it's really important that you provide your web designer with detailed feedback. By simply stating that you don't like what they have done, it's not enough for the web designer to go back to the drawing board and provide you with something that you do like. Instead, you want to focus on things like the typography, the placement of images, and how well the web designer has brought your brand vision to life. Providing both positive and constructive feedback enables your web designer to better understand your vision, leading to improvements that align with your expectations. This then leads me on to tip number 4. Tip number 4 is to put all of that feedback into one organized document or email. Now, at the beginning of the project, your web designer may have defined exactly how you were going to communicate throughout the project. So you want to refer back to this, but I encourage you to sit down and take the time to put all of your feedback into one organized document that's easy to read and easy to understand. Now, this document is for both you and the web designer, and you can both reference back to it when changes have been made. By having an organized document with everything in one place, it's easy for the web designer to track changes, ensure that they are on the right track and are creating that website that you really want. This approach really promotes effective communication and can really move the project along a lot faster. Tip number 5 is moving on from tip number 3 and tip number 4, and that is to be timely with your responses. Again, going back to your contract with your web designer, they may have defined in their contract exactly how long you have to respond. Now, this goes both ways, from your part and from the web designer's part, but from your part, you want to be timely with your feedback, with providing content, and by providing your feedback in a timely manner, this will help to maintain the momentum in the project and prevent any unnecessary delays. You want to keep the lines of communication open between you and your web designer, and you want to stay engaged throughout the process to ensure a smooth and effective communication. Tip number 4 is to double check all your passwords. So if your web designer asks you to provide them with passwords, so usernames and passwords, which they may do for things like your host provider or for your Instagram account if they need to link that, then make sure and double check that these passwords and these usernames are correct. Something so simple as not checking them and providing your web designer with incorrect passwords can really slow down a project and can frustrate your web designer. Now, you can use free tools like LastPass to share your passwords with your web designer. LastPass is a really great tool that protects your passwords so no one can steal them from your web designer, and you can feel secure sharing your details with your web designer. And tip number 7, the last one and the most important, is throughout a project there there are boundaries and you need to respect these boundaries. And while it's important to provide feedback and get the necessary guidance you need from your web designer, it's equally as important to respect their expertise and their boundaries. You want to trust their creative judgment and that they are the expert and they're going to guide you properly. Remember, you hired them for a reason because you knew they were a good web designer. So respect their space, give them time to be creative, and then provide the necessary feedback they need in order to create the website of your dreams. Working with a web designer should be a simple, seamless, and enjoyable process. By being open with your communication, responding in a timely manner, and respecting boundaries, you're going to build a strong connection with your web designer, and that is going to result in a website that you absolutely love. If you're feeling inspired and you're ready to embark on creating a website for your business, but you're not quite sure where to start, don't worry, I have you covered. I've created a comprehensive free guide that's going to help you plan out your website before you even go to a web designer. This guide is designed to empower you with knowledge and insights you need to kickstart your business website project with confidence. To access this free guide, just click the link below. It's completely free, and I genuinely believe it's a game changer for anyone that wants to create a website for their business. If you're still on the fence about creating a website for your business and its necessity, I highly recommend watching this video that's on the screen right now. In this video, I share 5 compelling reasons why you absolutely need a website for your business and how having a website is really going to increase your sales and revenue generation.